tell us, who is the father of Brahma? Who is the mother of Vishnu? Who is Shankar's grandfather? To know the answer to all these questions, please listen the Nectar Discourse, Satsang of Jagadguru Tattvadarshi Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, based on the holy scriptures of all holy religions.
God Kabir Ji intended that salvation cannot be attained without a Guruji. And if I will not make Guru, then in coming times they will say Kal's stake will work, that Kabir Ji also did not make a Guru. It will work without a Guru. And then Kal will deceive my souls. That is why God now those sages do not listen to anyone's knowledge who Swami Ramanandji, Brahmin priest. What method did God adopt to explain his knowledge? He acquired the form of a 2.5-year-old child when God was 5 years old and was playing a spectacle in the body of a 5-year-old child. At that time, he acquired the form of a 2.5-year-old child and was Panchganga pier in Kashi, where Ramanandji used to take baths. There, a pier was made of solid stairs. God Kabirji went on those stairs and laid in the form of a 2.5-year-old child. Swami Ramanandji used to go in the morning in Brahma Muhurat. It was summer. As soon as he was coming down from the stairs, God Kabirji was lying in the form of a 2.5-year-old child. The footwear of Swami Ramanandji hit the head. He used to wear wooden footwear. As soon as the footwear hit, God started crying as the child screamed. Ramanandji quickly bent down that some child is injured, because sages have humbleness. No matter if he may be seeker of anyone, if he has symptoms of a saint, then he surely has humbleness. He bent down immediately. There is a garland. In the neck of one bead, there is only one bead of tulsi wood. Ramanandji used to wear it on his neck and used to give the same garland to whom he used to make disciples. It is called Kanthi of one bead, and it was symbolic that he is the disciple of Ramanandji from Vaishno legacy and was symbolic of Vaishno sage and used to apply one tilak like this. As Ramanandji bent down, that bead garland fell from his neck and got in the neck of God Kabirji. Ramanandji said, "Son, say Ram Ram, say Ram Ram." He put his hand on the head of the small child and said, "Child, do not cry. Sit here." God became quiet. He had to perform a spectacle. And Ramanandji said, "Son, you remain seated here. Let me take a bath. I will take you to the ashram, and in the morning will inquire and send you to whom you belong to. Do not be afraid." Ramanandji started taking the bath. God disappeared from there. His work was complete. After disappearing, he came to the hut of his foster parents, Niru Nima, and slept. What did God do after some days? Swami Vivekanand, one of the disciples of Ramanandji, now Ramanandji had made 1400 sages. There were 1400 disciples, sages who used to propagate knowledge obtained from Ramanandji. Ramanandji was famous because he is well known about Gita, Vedas and Puranas. Vivekanandji, who was the disciple of Swami Ramanandji, was the worshipper of Vishnuji. He was narrating from Vishnu Puran that Vishnuji is omnipotent and omnipresent, and he is the Lord of everyone. He is the creator of entire universes. He only acquires 3 forms and does the work of creation, preservation and destruction. He himself is unborn and does not have parents. Now, on the other side, God Kabirji, as Vaishno used to wear long tilak above nose up to forehead, he had applied white sandal tilak, and God does not become quiet without teasing, because he had come with this purpose only. When Swamiji Vivekanandji had completed his speech, when he completed Discourse, then Kabirji stood and with folded hands said, "Swamiji, there is one doubt in my mind. I want its solution. Vivekananda thought that he is some Vaishno devotee who has applied full tilak. There might be some doubt to the child, let me tell. At that time, his age was 5 years old. God asked, tell me who is the father of Brahma, who is the mother of Vishnu, who is the grandfather of Shankar. Now the problem raised over this thing. He said, brother, there is nothing like this. No one is their parents. He is immortal, eternal, omnipresent, self-proclaimed, etc. Then God said, Swamiji, you read inside the Shiv Puran, in Rudra Samhita in chapter 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, there are Vishnuji's parents. Now, Swamiji had Shiv Puran with him. He opened it there itself and saw Shiv Puran, but did not accept. Now, pious souls, God used to tell 600 years ago that
कि तीन पुत्र अष्टंगी जाए, हे ब्रह्मा विष्णु शिव नाम धराए। माँ अष्टंगी पिता निरंजन, ये जम दारुण वंशन अंजन।
the father of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh is this Sadashiv Kal form Brahm. He is also called Jyoti Niranjan and Durga is their mother. Look at this, Shiv Puran. Concise Shiv Puran with pictures in bold only, Hindi published. From Gita Press, Gorakhpur. Who is its publisher? This whole description is being given so that no one should have doubt which Shiv Puran is this, where is it coming from. The editor is Hanuman Prasad Podar and publisher and printer is Gita Press, Gorakhpur, Institute of Kolkata. Now, see, this Rudra Samhita, chapter 5, we will see below from page number 98. From here, come to chapter 5, listening to his son Narad, the father of all worlds, Brahma said like this. Now the 6th starts from here. We will read. On the 6th, Brahmaji said, Brahman, on page 99. Brahmaji said, Brahman, he is saying to his son, Narad, superior, amongst gods, you are always engaged in favor of the entire world. For the benefit of people, you have asked this great question. Narad had asked, how were all these worlds created? Then Brahmaji is telling, at the time when the entire living and non-living world was destroyed, it was dark everywhere and neither the sun was visible nor the moon. Other 9 planets and stars were also unknown. Neither there was day nor night. There was no fire, air at that time. Tat Sad Brahma. The revelation Sut is heard, only that sound alone was there. Now look ahead on page 100. That Parabrahm, regarding whom through knowledge and ignorance through verses the following aforementioned options are presented. He, after some time expressed desire to multiply in him, aroused a resolution to become more from one. Then that formless God, with his divine power, imagined a figure form for himself, means imagined a figure form idol, means in shape. That Parabrahm, who is devoid of an idol God, Sadashiv, is his figure, means its shape. The ancient scholars call him God. At that time, the one living alone in his own sweet way, that Sadashiv, from his own body he himself created a same-featured figure, Shakti, who was inseparable from his body. That Parashakti is called head nature, genius, illusion, the mother of wisdom element, and is said to be free from disorder. Aha. She was brought out from Kal's body by God. God gave some knowledge to Brahmaji. He's telling the same knowledge as heard like this. That Shakti is called Ambika. She is also called Prakriti, supreme goddess of all, mother of three gods, the omnipresent, and is also known as the root source. Oh, the originator of the triple gods, mother of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. The Shakti created by Sadashiv has 8 arms. She is Durga, it's clear. She is also called Prakriti, remember this also. This will help you in Gita Ji when the birth and death of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh has been written in code words. I will show you. Various types of ornaments increase the beauty of her body parts. This is the glory of Durga. That goddess is gifted with various powers and holds various types of weapons despite being single. That Maya acquires many forms when required means she only acquired 3 forms of Savitri, Lakshmi and Parvati and got them married with 1 son each. This is also clear in this. Despite being single, that Maya acquires many forms when required. That Sadashiv, it is said, about this Kal is known as Parampurush, Ishwar, Shiv Shambhu and Maheshwar. Look here. Aha. We have come on page 101 of Rudra Samhita. He smears ash on all his body parts completely. The information of Durga is complete. This is the glory of Kal, form Brahma, Jyoti, Niranjan. He smears ash on all his body parts completely. That Kal, form Brahma, call him Brahm, call him Kal. Kal form Brahmas call Sadashiv. This Kal sometimes comes in his son Shiv form, sometimes in Brahma form and sometimes in Vishnu form. That Kal form Brahma along with Shakti, not Nath, built an area known as Shivlok at one time. That great place is called Kashi. That loved and beloved form, Shakti and Shiv, who are the ultimate pleasure form, always reside in that beautiful place. And that loved and beloved form means husband and wife, Shakti and Shiv. Durga and this Kal form Brahm are proven that they are Durga and Kal form, who are the ultimate pleasure form, always reside in that beautiful place. Look here. Superior amongst gods, Brahm is telling his son Narad, at one time while roaming in the paradise, Shiva and Shiv had this desire in their mind. There was a desire in the mind of Durga and Kal that another male should also be created, on whom the great burden of regulation of universe could be laid so that we both can roam at our will and shall attain eternal bliss while living in Kashi. They thought that they should produce one child and let him take care of everything. Deciding this, along with Shakti, the universal Lord Shiv rubbed nectar on the 10th part of his left side, means behaved like husband and wife. Then there appeared a male entity, that means one son was born. What was that child named? Shiv Puran on page 102. Shiv said this, Kal said, Shiv said, child, being all-embracing, your name will be famous as Vishnu. Now this is the 6th chapter and it ends here. What has been told on the 7th? Brahmaji tells, O sage, means Naradji. After that, the merciful God, that Sambh Sadashiv, by sharing an intimate relationship, created me too from his right side as he created Vishnu. Now, pious souls, here the translator of Shiv Puran messed up how to write creation of Shivji from Shivji, so he twisted. Now see, it is said the truth cannot be hidden.
चोर चोरावे तू बड़ी गड्ढे पानी में, वह गड्ढे वह ऊपर आवे तो सच्चाई छनी ना.
Look at this on page 110. Now in the end of 9th chapter it has been written that in this way Brahma, Vishnu and Rudra, These three gods have qualities, but Shiv is considered to be beyond qualities. Call Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar, call Rudra or call Shankar, call Mahesh. These three gods have qualities, and this fourth is their father, separate from them. They are four separate. Once there was a fight between Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu. Now, how their quarrel happens, like these seekers used to practice meditation. By doing force practice, they get into meditation. So to confuse them, Kal appears to summon Vishnu form. So those sages and great sages used to think that this is Vishnu Ji's God. He's the complete God. Then they sat that you are capable, you are omnipotent. I had your vision in the state of meditation. You yourself are God. You have hidden yourself. With this, Vishnu Ji became arrogant and thought that I only am God. 1, 2, 10, 20 said like this. Then as they do meditation, to some he appears in Brahma form, and by giving them some demand or powers in the state of meditation, he disappears. So what do they tell? Oh God, they tell Brahma that you yourself are complete God. You only are capable, we have had your audience in the state of meditation, and you only are capable, you have hidden yourself, you are the creator of the creation. And to some he appears in Shiv form, so he thinks Shiva only is the creator. He has hidden himself. So on this basis, Brahma Ji thought that I am the creator, everything has originated from me. And Vishnu Ji thought that I am the Lord of all. One day Brahma Ji came to Vishnu Ji. Seeing Brahma Ji, Vishnu Ji did not stand up, considering that I am superior to him and I have created him, as he has heard from other sages and great sages. On the other hand, Brahma Ji thought I am his father, I am his creator, and he is not even giving me respect. Brahma Ji said, son, get up, see, your father has come. Now Vishnu Ji says, I am your father, you have been born from my navel lotus. Both quarrelled on this issue. Now to end their fight, this Kal Sadashiv stood an iron pillar in between both of them. It is called Shivling. He stood one white shining pillar. So both of them stopped fighting and then started searching for its end. The point is that when he appeared in Shiva form, and then what does he explain to these Brahma and Vishnu, Mahesh, when they were questioned, and this Kal deceives them that this pillar is my form and I am formless. Now I have come in front of you in form. I only am God. You do not consider yourself to be God. Now see, Vidveshwar Samhita, this is the same Shiv Puran, published from Gita Press, Gorakhpur. And look at this, a war happened between Brahma and Vishnu. He stood this pillar in between. This is called Ling, Shivling. And on page number 25, I will show you. Brahma and Vishnu asked God, what are the 5 symptoms of creation, etc.? Tell both of us. God Shiv said, this Kal spoke that it is very difficult to understand my deeds, still by grace I am telling you about them. Now look here on page number 26. Concise Shiv Puran, we come below. Now what is Kal standing in Shiv form saying, sons, you have obtained 2 deeds, creation and nourishment from me, God, being pleased after performing austerity. These are very dear to you. Now see, 2 are these Brahma and Vishnu. And then he tells similarly my forms, Rudra and Maheshwar. This may is written wrong. Have obtained 2 deeds of destruction and annihilation from me. So 2 are these Brahma, Vishnu, and 2 are Rudra and Maheshwar, and 5th is the speaker. This has been proved that Brahma and Vishnu, Rudra and Mahesh are the sons of Kal. He makes his son Shiv the head of these 11 Rudra. Therefore, he only acquires the form of Rudra. Well, that spectacle is of Kal itself. So do not get confused here listening about Rudra and Mahesh. These four, we have to see that their father who is speaking is separate from Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, from whom they are born. These four have been proved separate. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, and also Rudra is made from them separate. Head, he is different. Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh are the sons of this Kal. Their birth was to be proven, and Durga is their mother. Pious souls. Now, Vivekanand, who was the disciple of great sage Ramanandji, saw with eyes that it had been written correctly, but did not agree due to pride, and said, "What do you know about the Puranas? Who are you? Where have you come from? You, a small age child, what do you know what is written in the Puranas?" God did not speak before that. The audience said, "He is the son of Niru. He is the son of a weaver." So the Brahmin changed the topic. He had to move their attention. It was to be reversed. He said, "Well, why have you applied tilak? Have you made any guru?" He said, "Yes, I have made a guru." He said, "Who is your guru?" "You are from the Shudra caste." "Yes, I'm from the Shudra caste. I have made a guru." "Who? Who is your guru is also my guru." Now Vivekanandji said, "Look people, he is a liar, a cheater. This weaver in Shudra caste, and my Gurudev means Swami Ramanandji, priest Shri Shri 1008. He does not even look at the Shudras. He talks from behind the curtain and he says, 'Look, he is insulting my Guruji. I will just go to the Guruji and you will be punished. You will get lessons and audience. You also come and see there.' He suppressed that thing. He did not let truth come above. And pious souls, he said, 'I will see you tomorrow.' Pious souls, I will tell the story ahead tomorrow. Hail Satguru Dev.
The 5 days discourse ceremony of God. Kabir Bandi Chhod Ji is being celebrated in that remembrance that God came in Jesht Shuddhi full moon, leaving that happiness abode, leaving that ocean of happiness in order to relieve his dear souls from the Kal's web, to tell secret of this Kal, to tell the spiritual knowledge again, that God appeared, that God had mercy on us, naive souls, ignorant souls, because we had committed one such mistake, which was non-forgivable. We used to reside in Satlok, and there was no sorrow, no death. We had family, and our bodies were bright. Shukram Akayam Asanaviram. As is the combination here of mother, father, Shukar, means our body was not made up of 5 elements. It wasn't of the combination of veins, etc. Even God's body is bright, his body is also. Asanaviram, Shukram Akayam. There our body was radiant. There was no old age in which the body used to remain young. There was no disease, trouble of any type. That is called Anamaya body. Without disease. We were completely happy there. Everything was available there, wasn't a shortage of anything. We got distracted at that time. This god Kal, this Brahm, who is the Lord of 21 universes, is the father of Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, husband of Durga, was performing austerity in Satlok. His intention was to get a separate state for himself. He was making efforts due to his selfish intentions, and we got fascinated by him. Like some hero, heroine, or an actor, actress, when an actor, actress do some acting, one young group unnecessarily gets attracted to them, which is of no use. It has no benefit. They do all the drama for their stomach, and we keep staring at them by going into cinema halls or on TV and wasting both time and money. We had the same disease there. He was demanding a separate island for himself. He was doing austerity. Kingdom is obtained with austerity. This is God's law, Almighty's constitution. And we unnecessarily got fascinated by him. We forgot our Supreme Father, who has given us all the facilities. There was no disease, no death, no scarcity of anything. By detaching our heart from our Supreme Father, we got attracted to this Kal. God made celestial announcements many times that do not see his activities and remain cool. We got alert from outside, but could not forget his fascination. That all knower God understood that they aren't worth staying here. On the other hand, Kal was given the 21 universes as he demanded. God gave him 5 elements and 3 qualities. Then when he demanded some souls, then God said, whoever wants to willingly go can go with you. Still, we willingly agreed to go along with him. God expelled us from there. We fell from our loyalty. By doing such blunder here, we are suffering, and the trouble that we have here is nothing seeing that fault. They develop worms, paralysis happens. There are 4 sons, all 4 die, and their parents cry badly. Even though this trouble is less, this Kal can even give us even more trouble. Still, it is less because we had committed such blunder. How humble is that God? It is said that mothers and fathers forgive all mistakes of their children. He is our Father. He has the qualities of a mother. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhu cha sakha tvameva. He is the same God who has all these titles. That humble comes here, still he wanted to forgive us. In the meantime, Kal misguided us so much that we had forgotten God. We do not remember that God. But the soul did not forget that there is some supreme power who can make an unhappy complete happy. In his search to find him, someone told us to go to some temple, mosque, gurudwara. We even went there. Someone told us to go to some jungle or cave. We even went there. Someone told salvation will be attained by taking a bath in that river. We even went there, but the situation remained as it is because God, Kal, has changed the definition of God. and made himself God and has controlled everyone. Every creature is suffering so much because of his remote, his power, and are afflicted by the disease of birth and death. To remove that ignorance, God himself had to come. Because God had done mercy that, oh innocent souls, although they have gone, but they will miss me a lot. They will not be able to survive because the soul cannot survive without God. And since the day it has separated, after few days it is missing him. But this Kal kept the method to attain him completely secret, has destroyed. God himself has come to tell the path to go to Satlok to attain that Sanatan Supreme Abode. Now this 5 days gathering that is going on is in that remembrance. The soul gets shocked when he recalls how low we are, how much we are suffering today. You have become a millionaire with number 2 money or whatever you did. Tomorrow you died. Where is all that millionaire, that factory and all that wealth of yours? What a big deception this Kal had done to us, but our intellect is of the level of a creature. And the upliftment of this intellect can only happen with God's knowledge and support. We gain knowledge as well. God's support is not there. God's support will remain with you till you will remain within the rules and keep the name smooth. The connection will not be lost, like you took power connection, electricity connection. Until connection is all right, electricity is coming, all your work are getting done with the level of power. If connection cuts due to any reason, then you will not have any facility of the power level. In the same way, you gain knowledge and you are also disconnected. The hand of God has been removed. Still, because of that knowledge, you will not stop. First, there should be God's knowledge, because it has been said in Gita Ji chapter 4 verse 33 that Arjun, Yajna of knowledge is superior to the charity done with money. Because until there will not be knowledge and we do religious charities, somewhere we spend some money on righteousness, it is useless. When we will know, then we will utilize it properly and will attain salvation. So first is knowledge, then the support of mantras and the God's support.
पंजा दस्त कबीर का सिर पे रखो हंस, जम किंकर चंपैनी तुम्हारा उधर जागा वंश.
So this we have to keep, this path of God safe. God's blessing should continue on us. We have to do like that. So God comes in every era to provide us that knowledge which is necessary for us to know. God gave this, God Kal, 5 Vedas. They were fed within him, like today the entire film gets faxed from one mobile to another mobile. God fed this knowledge within his conscious like this. And when the time came, God made him spit out like a mother conceives. And when time comes, the child automatically comes out. Similarly, God made such law that when these children will become some sensible, because here he will surely do misery, then they will need this knowledge and will identify me. So this Kal took out these 5 Vedas through his breath and threw them in the ocean. First he read them. The 5th Veda was written directly about God, and the complete method to attain him was described in it. This Kal thought that if creatures would know about that complete Brahma, then no one will remain here. And if they will come to know about the happiness there, then no one will stay here. Your kingdom will be ruined. From this point of view, he destroyed the 5th Veda. God himself comes to tell that real knowledge intending the same God appeared in Kali Yuga in Samvat 1455 year till 1398 on Jyesh Shuddhi full moon day during Brahma Muhurt, early morning on a lotus flower. There a weaver couple named Niru Nima took God to their home. They were childless. God was 25 days old and did not had food. Mother and father got much worried. They were called mother and father. Nima lamented badly. Then God, because earlier they were Hindus, by force they were converted from Hindu to Muslim. It was 20-25 years for them to have converted to Muslim, yet they could not forget Lord Shiva. They kept remembering Lord Shiva. Then Lord Shiva came from his Shivpuri, means walked and came from Shivlok, acquiring a sage form. Then he had a discussion with God. Shivji spoke with a 25 days old child. Then God said to Shivji that, tell them to bring a virgin cow, a heifer. God said, you keep your hand on her, Shivji, she will give milk. I will drink that milk. And the same happened. This was told to you in yesterday's discourse. Today new devotees have come. A little hint is being given to them. So after that, Supreme God Kabirji grew in a divine form body by drinking milk of that virgin cow, which he does in every era. The evidence of the same is clear in Rigved Mandal number 9, Sukt number 1, Mantra number 9, that God, complete Brahma, when acquiring an infant form, comes to perform spectacle, then the upbringing of his divine body happens with virgin cows. So, pious souls, this has not been written in the spectacle or biography of any god whom we used to consider God. With this, it is proved that they were not God. With this, it is also proved that Kabir is God. He is God Kabir. He himself, by coming in every era, tells his beloved souls, we were so unworthy and worthless that we forgot God. Today we are suffering so much. No creature on this earth is happy, pious souls. But we even forgot the definition of happiness. One person had 3 sons and one died. The whole family was crying badly. One person came there to mourn. Other people said that 2 of your sons are alive, only one is dead. Look at this poor. He only had 1 son, that single son died. Then that person whose 2 sons were alive and one died breathed a sigh of relief. God, this is good. I am happier than him. How is he happy? Tell whose son died, how happy is he? So the point is that we are considering this much sigh as happiness, and the rest who are safe do not know till how many days will they remain. What relief did they had? So God says, झूठे सुख को सुख कहे, ये मान रहा मनमोद, ये सकल चबीना काल का, कुछ मुख में कुछ गोद. By recalling all these things, God wanted to tell us that accept this procedure. You will be happy here as well, and at end time, I will take you in an aeroplane. Look, many devotees say, will you not die? Rest everyone will die. We will die, but not like a common man. Not like those people who are devotionless.
आए हैं सो जाएंगे ये राजा रंग फकीर, एक सिंहासन चढ़ के जा, एक बंधे जा जंजीर.
There will be much difference in death. One, messengers of Yam will take by tying them like a culprit who does not do correct worship, or if they do arbitrary, and those Hans of Almighty Kabir who are doing true devotion and will remain within rules, The entire life will be taken by God in an aeroplane. So how much is the difference between coming and going? So God Himself came to impart this knowledge. Then the time came for naming God. Qazis came for naming, carrying the Quran. What do? They open Quran Sharif. It is a book, a holy book, pious book, and in that the first letter on the first page, the first alphabet on the left side in the first line, basis that they keep the name. So Kabir was written in the first line. Kabir word was written. Kabir means big. They believe Kabir means big. The meaning of Kabir in Persian language is big. So they thought that he is a low Shudra community person, a poor weaver. It does not look good naming him big. Then what did they do? They closed Quran Sharif again and opened it again, then again the same page. Then they intentionally opened another one separately. Then on the entire page, Kabir, Kabir, Kabir was written. There was no writing of the Quran Sharif. When the entire Quran Sharif was seen, then only Kabir, 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 Kabir was written. In the entire Quran, Allah Kabir. Allah Kabir. Now Qazis did not named. Now God said that Qazi, my name will remain Kabir. When an infant spoke like this, then Qazi also left. Because God's name in every era is pre-decided, He highlights that, becomes famous with that. And this Kabir name of God is original name. Like the name of the body of the Prime Minister is different. Prime Minister is the name of his post. It is called Prime Minister in a different language. Similarly, complete Brahma, Paramakshar Brahma, Satyapurush, Almighty, these are the symbolic names of posts. The original name, actual name, the name of the body is Kabir Dev, Kabir Sahib. Now we come to our episode. Yesterday we had reached till here that God grew 5 years old. He was doing a spectacle show at the age of 5 years. At the same time, by acquiring the form of a 2.5-year-old child, he went and laid on the stairs of the Ganga Paya. On the other hand, a 104 years old great sage Ramanandji priest was considered a great scholar. He used to go every day on that Ganga Paya in the morning to take bath. Like every day, Ramanandji was getting down the stairs. That day as well, God Kabir was lying, acquiring the form of a 2.5-year-old child. The footwear of Swami Ramanandji hit his head. Ramanandji immediately bent down with speed. Some child is hurt. God started crying in divine way as a child cries. And there is a necklace in their neck of one tulsi bead only. That is symbolic of the Vaishnav legacy. A garland of one tulsi bead is called kanthi. Whoever wears that kanthi, it is understood he is initiated from Vaishnav tradition. So Ramanandji himself had worn that kanthi. That kanthi fell and got in the neck of God Kabir in darkness. And Ramanandji said, "Sit, son. I will send you home. It seems you have forgotten the path." The sage started bathing when God disappeared and sat in the hut of his spoken mother-father. What did God do after a few days? One of the disciples of great sage Ramananji, sage Vivekanand, was preaching somewhere. He was glorifying Vishnuji. God Kabirji asked him, does Vishnuji's birth and death happen? Does Vishnuji also have any mother-father? On this, sage Vivekanandji said that you are a child. You do not even know that Vishnuji is eternal, immortal, omniscient, Maheshwar, supreme power. He does not have any mother-father. Then God said to Vivekanandji, where thousands of his disciples, audience were sitting, no, you are saying wrong. Swamiji, Shiv Puran, Rudra Samhita. In mantra 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in chapter and in Vishweshwar Samhita, first chapter, it has been clearly written that Durga is their mother and this Kal form Brahma is their father. Their birth and death happens. Vivekananda himself saw as well. Scriptures were with him, yet he did not agree. And above all, to divert everyone's attention, to distract everyone, he said, how have you applied tilak? A long tilak of white sandal is applied here on nose by the ones from Vaishnav tradition. Now the same ritual as it is has been inculcated in Kabir sect. They are forgetting that with what intention did Kabirji played that game. So that was also symbolic that he is initiated from Vaishnav tradition. Then Vivekananda asked that, have you taken initiation from somewhere? Have you taken mantra? Yes, I have taken initiation. So Swamiji asked, who is your guru? Vivekanandji asked God Kabir, who is your guru? God said, who is your guru is also my guru. Vivekanandji got hurt with this thing because Vivekanandji got to know that he belongs to the Shudra caste. He is the son of a weaver because the people there immediately stood and told that he is the son of a weaver. He was found by Nehru somewhere. He is the one. So at the same time he said, being from a Shudra community, you say that I have taken initiation from Ramananji. Look people, how liar and cunning he is with this, think that he is all lying. Our Swami Ramananji never gives initiation to anyone. He does untouchability a lot and he hates the Shudra community. He covers up, puts a curtain. While talking also, he does not look at their faces. About such a person, lot of Brahmin society and other people were present there. And to say this, that I have taken initiation from Ramananji, was a big shock, and the common person thought that he was lying. He must be giving false information about the mother and father of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Vivekanand wanted the same, that your respect should remain. These audiences should be deceived and my survival should continue. Their intellect remained confined till here only. These gurus, sages, great sages. At that time, Vivekanandji said, listeners, all of you come tomorrow to Swamiji's hut, in the hut of Swami Ramananji, and I will request in front of him that this son of weaver insulted us. He told you to be his guru in front of a full assembly. We are unable to show face anywhere. Look, the truth will be revealed tomorrow. Then Vivekanandji, who was the disciple of great sage Ramananji, went in the evening to him and said, Swamiji, we have been insulted, we are unable to show face anywhere. Swamiji asked, what happened? The entire story was told that one son of a weaver is telling you to be his Guruvar, and there were thousands of audience present. Openly he said that I have taken initiation from Ramananji, and he also applies tilak on his forehead. Like this. Ramananji's temperature reached to 100, absolutely high, and said he is a liar, a deceit. Tomorrow his reality will be exposed. Bring him. Now, in the early morning, Vivekanand and 8-9 goons with sticks went towards God Kabirji's hut where he used to reside in the weavers' colony. Someone saw that they were asking for a house. They asked for Kabir, Neeru's house, and they got familiar with their intention in the same way one sister got to know. They did not give them way. They said, ask ahead. They asked about the house from someone else. Till then, both came early. First one, sister, then one devotee. One person came and told the same, that there is one Brahman. Along with him, there are 7-8 people with sticks and are asking your house. Beware, their intention is not good. Now Nima understood that he is a Brahman, because prior to this, God Kabir, wherever these fakes used to stand and discuss God, used to question them, and his complaint used to come to Nima and Neeru. They used to say that ask your son not to do so. Make him understand he obstructs our discourse. And God used to tell you are preaching wrong knowledge. You are making your audience eat poison. You are not familiar with the truth. And Nima used to scold that, son, do not tease them. They are demon type people. Son, they will kill you sometime. Then God Kabir used to tell that, Mother, it is uncontrollable for me. I try to make them understand they are all my children. I want to tell them the correct knowledge. They do not recognize me. With this, even mother used to get annoyed that remain here, you have become the grandfather. A 5-year-old child says that they are my children. You do not speak much, son, and do not tease them. So that day also she felt in heart that surely he has come by doing some nuisance. Yesterday and today they have acquired a terrific form if they are bringing the rods. The mother picked the sleeping child. God is equal to woken or sleeping. He stood. The mother asked, son, did you tease someone, a Brahman, yesterday? No, mother, I did not tease. I questioned. The mother said, son, you stop asking questions. They are coming and come, let me hide you. You do not speak. Hide. She went behind the hut and made him lie and covered him with clothes, etc., and said, you do not speak, son. Okay, fine. In the meantime, they came and asked, where is your son? Where is that Kabir? Give to us. Today we will take him to Swamiji. He will be beaten there. Now Nima asked, what happened? What mistake did my son make? I will scold him. He will not do further. They said, no, give him to us. Where is he? And saying this, they went inside. Whichever bed and clothes were there in that hut, they scattered them here and there. Where have you hid him? The mother with folded hands is saying, have mercy on my son. He's a child. Children do commit mistakes. You are great, our Brahman, our scholars. Vivekanand's eyes were red because that worthless was exposed. He said, stay far, tell where is he, else I will break your leg. Now, by souls, it has been written in Devi Bhagavad, first skand, that these Kaliyug Brahmins, these Brahmins in Kaliyug, are like there used to be demons in Satyug, Treta Yug, Dwapar, and this is proven directly. On the other side, God Kabirji saw that they are troubling the mother, and here they will break the leg of the mother. He stood out immediately and said, Vivekanand, come, I am standing behind the hut. Now hearing the voice, Vivekanand and all ran and held God with the hand. On the other side, Nima tried to rescue her child and she hugged him. He was not a child, he was our father. He was the father of all of us, but God was playing spectacle. On the other hand, Vivekanand and all beat her hand with rod. His goons beat the mother and released her hand and left her after beating badly. On the other hand, when Neeru got to know that there had been a quarrel, he came running. He also opposed, tried to release the child. So he was also beaten badly and made him unconscious and threw him on the street. They took God. There, Ramanandji was sitting in his hut and had come after taking a bath. The Karm Kand that he used to do every day, he was preparing to do. Vivekanand said, Ji, Neeru's son has come, son of Viva Kabir, who tells you to be his guru. Ramanandji has put a curtain in front of his hut. And Kabirji standing in front, Ramanandji is inside his hut, and thousands of audiences are sitting there because Vivekanand had invited everyone so that no one could say that Vivekanand was questioned and no answer was received. He postponed the answer and he messed up even more. But God had come for his children, intending the same. No matter whatever may happen, they may do anything, whatever, whether they may say bad or good, God had to highlight his knowledge. Whoever has to be taken in refuge has to be taken. Now God was doing all this to take Ramanandji in shelter. How much did he suffer? He was insulted badly. But mothers, fathers can suffer for their children. And he is everyone's father, everyone's mother. We are all his children. Now from behind the curtain, Ramanandji asked in a loud voice that, what is your caste? And who is your God? With which cult are you associated with? Then what discussion happens of God and that soul? What discussion happens of God Kabirji and that soul, Ramanandji, I will narrate to you.
आडा पर्दा लाए करे रामानंद बूजनते दास गरीब कुरंग छवि अधर धार को दंत.
As the deer jumps while standing, it is said that Ada Parda Lake Ramanand Bujhant and Garib Das Sahib Ji, who got familiar with God, got to Garib Das Ji to Satlok, then left his soul back in body. He portrayed as seen with eyes the entire description of past and future with divine vision about God's glory. Basis that Garib Das Ji is saying that Ramanandji is jumping like this in hut as the deer jumps in anger, that how did you say? And he says,
कौन जात कुल पंथ है कौन तुम्हारा नाम है दास गरीब आधीन गति बोलत है बलि जाऊं मैं.
Now Garib Das Ji says, I am grateful to God at 5 years old when Ramanandji asked, what is your caste and cult? what is your name?
दास गिरी फिर आधीन गति बोलत है बलि जाऊ मैं.
As the noble disciple should behave towards his Guruji, doing that, he is saying that Guruji is getting annoyed and God Kabirji is speaking with humbleness and then tells the truth.
जाते हमारी जगत गुरु परमेश्वर है पंथे.
God is standing like this.
दास गरीब लिखत पड़े मेरा नाम निरंजन कंते.
Now God had to speak truth, it is said. Jat Hamari Jagat Guru, I am the provider of knowledge to the whole world. And my cult is of God. Ish, Ishwar, Parmeshwar. Ish is this Brahm, the owner of 21 universes, the father of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. And Ishwar is this Parabrahma, who is the owner of 7 quadrillion universes, is the Lord, God. And Almighty is the owner of infinite universes, he is God Kabir. He is Paramakshar Brahma. There is a mention of 3 gods in Gita chapter number 15 verse 16-17. Kshar Purush is this Ish. Akshar Purush is this Ishwar. And it has been told in chapter 17 verse 15, Uttam Purusha tu anna hai Paramatma iti udharte. Ye lok triyam avishya vibharti avya Ishwara. He is God. In Gita Ji chapter number 8 verse number 1, Arjun questioned God the information that you have given in Gita chapter 7 verse 29 about Tat Brahm, that after knowing him, then the creature makes efforts to get rid of old age and death. Kim Tat Brahm? The knowledge giver of Gita tells in chapter 8 verse 3 he is Paramakshar Brahma. In Gita chapter 8 verse number 5 and 7, the knowledge giver of Gita says, if you will worship me, you will attain me, then war also, and worship me also. The knowledge giver of Gita tells his mantra in chapter 8 verse number 13 that Om iti ekaksharam brahm vyaharan mam anusamran ye prayati tajam deham sayati paramam gatim. Mam Brahm of me Brahm. Om is this one word to chant and worship, and those who chant this till the last breath and leave the body and goes, he receives the last benefit obtained from Om, the supreme attainment. In chapter 7 verse 18 in Gita Ji, the knowledge giver of Gita tells that even my attainment, these knowledgeable souls are although good, they are surrendered to devotion, but remain in my inferior attainment, remain in my low attainment. Why? Is he telling his situation, his achievement to be inferior? Because he is clarifying in chapter 4 verse 5 and 9, in chapter 2 verse 12, the knowledge giver of Gita that Arjun, you and I have had several births, you do not know, I know. Meaning you are also sad in birth and death. And even I am sad, therefore in chapter 16 verse 62 it has been said that by all means you go in the refuge of that God. And in 66 also there is an indication about him in Gita Ji chapter number 8 verse 8, 9, 10. The knowledge giver of Gita tells to worship that another Paramakshar Brahma other than him, because that whoever worships him attains him. With the attainment of that devotion, with the power of devotion, means the practice which that saint will give, the enlightened saint about whom it has been said in chapter 4 verse 34, and the identity of that enlightened saint has been told in chapter 15 verse 1 to 4, and the rule to attain that God, the complete divine, has been told. Who will worship him will attain him. In Gita Ji chapter 17 verse 23, it has been said that to attain that God, attain Paramakshar Brahm, attain that Almighty, Om Tat Sat iti nirdesha Brahmane Trividha Smritah. There is a chanting of 3 mantras to attain that. Sachidanand Ghan Brahma means Paramakshar Brahma, God, in which one is chanting of Om, that is of Brahma, and Tat is indicative. This is of that Parabrahm, Ish, Ishwar. And the third, which is Sat, is secret, is indicative. This servant will tell that as well. That is of Paramakshar, Brahma, of God. God will be attained by the chanting of these three mantras. Its procedure is separate, its activities are separate. How is it? Its description will be told separately ahead. Now there is not much time. So what has God told here?
जात हमारी जगत गुरु परमेश्वर है पंथ.
As some have Vaishno cult, who are worshippers of Vishnuji. Some have Shiva's cult. The procedure of Shivji is described within him. Cult means path, way of worship. And some know till Brahma only. No one has the information, procedure or worship of Parabrahma. God Kabir ji tells,
सोहम शब्द हम जग में लाए, सार शब्द हमने गुप्त छिपाया.
now God has made it evident through this servant. Now, benefit will happen with chanting of all those three mantras. Till now, God used to give 2 mantras to his pious souls. So he used to give 5 mantras. To those who were special souls, those who used to get engrossed in special devotion, he used to give them the 2nd mantra. Some were like this, who were given 3 mantras also, but made them swear. Were given vow that do not discuss Sarnam anywhere. The chanting of these 2 mantras has been clearly written in the speech of Kabir ji or in the speech of those saints who attained God, but Sarnam has been kept secret. So the point is, what is told our sect, way of worship, is not even of Brahma, nor of Ish, and not even of Ishwar. Parameshwar, I have come to tell the way of worship of God, Paramakshar Brahma. That is my sect. Jat Hamari Jagat Guru means I only can give knowledge to the entire world. I only give and rest all are providing ignorance. Then what has been told?
दास गरीब लिखत पढ़े मेरा नाम निरंजन कंतो.
I am God. I am Niranjan. One this Kal is also called Niranjan because he is famous here. That Almighty is hidden, no one knows. So he became famous as Brahm as well. He is Jyoti Niranjan. And in reality, Niranjan means Nirlep, pure God, means who is away from materialism. God can only be without materialism. Therefore, the direct meaning of Niranjan is with God. God says, I am God. Now, Ramananji could not digest this thing. This child says, I am God. He understood that he truly is mad.
रे बालक सुन दुर्बुद्धि घटमट तन आकारे दास गरीब दर्द लगा हो बोले सिरजनहारे.
Garib Das Ji as Tulsi Das Ji portrayed Ramayana again. It was written and spoken the 2nd time. Similarly, Garib Das Sahib Ji, based on the knowledge received from God, based on the divine vision he wrote of all the past events, like a movie as seen and heard. Now as Srimad Bhagavad Gita was spoken at the time of war. The Mahabharat was about to start, and it was scripted after 20 years by Vedvyas Ji as it is, because God Kal entered in him and made him write. Second, we can also say that he was given divine vision so much that he can write that incident like a movie as it is, complete as it is. In every creature's consciousness, consider like this that God has inserted a chip permanently, and how much is its capacity? The incidence of infinite births wherever we have been, animal, bird, humans, kings, great kings, deities, all that are within our conscious. And God has also put a system in that consciousness that we can take information of any creature at any time of all the events that has happened with him. What discussion did we have? What deeds he performed? How did that incident happen? All that comes in front like a movie. Similarly, Garib Das Sahib Ji is describing all past events like a movie as happened as it is, with the grace of God Kabir ji. So what Ramanand ji tells?
अरे बालक सुन दुर्बुद्धि, तेरा घटमट तन आकार.
Now, Kal has twisted our intellect so much that Ramananji is the worshipper of Vishnuji, still tells God to be formless. He became sad on the matter that you tell yourself God, you look to be in shape, God is formless. Our intellect was sold to Kal, and he himself tells in Gita Ji chapter number 7 that the intelligence of intellects and brilliance of brilliance is in my hands. Whenever I want, I will on it, and whenever I want, I will off. As Sri Krishna Ji was dead, a poisonous arrow was hit in his feet by a hunter who was Bali, the brother of Sugriv in Treta, and based on tit for tat, he killed him. After that, Krishna Ji, all the Yadav wives, all Yadav died being chopped amongst themselves. They were finished by the curse of Durvasa. And Arjun was bringing all those women to Delhi by the order of Krishna Ji. On the way, Bheels beat Arjun and stole ornaments of all women and kidnapped some gopis as well. Arjun had the same Gandiv, bow and arrow, with which he had blown such a storm in Mahabharat. And his hands were not working, that bow and arrow could not be lifted by him. Arjun was crying later that Krishnji cheated me. He gave me power in the war. I killed lakhs of people and accumulated sins. Today I am the same Arjun and it's the same bow, and today it is not working for me. He is standing and shivering. So Sri Krishnji does not use to cheat. This Kal was making him do. And God says this Sri Krishnji does not cheat, Kal does. He himself is saying that the intelligence of intellects and brilliance of brilliance is in my hands. Now Kal has closed everyone's intellect. Everyone tells formless, and some worship Vishnuji and some worship Shankarji. Still God is formless. How have we accepted such a principle? Now basis. This Ramananji tells, Re Balak Sundurbudhi, O you mad child, your body is seen and you call yourself God.
दास गरीब दर्द लगा हो बोले सिरजनहार.
Ramananji felt sad when God told himself to be God. And what abusive words he said, and then God, playing the role of a good disciple, is giving us an example. He wants to give us the example. Ramananji is abusing and he is standing like this. What is Ramananji saying?
तुम मोमन के पालवा, तेरा जुल्हे के घर बासे, दास गरीब अज्ञान गति, एता दृढ़ विश्वास.
What he says is that you call yourself God, you survive on weavers' food and call yourself to be God, means what worse he would say than this? That you are surviving on his food and call yourself God means being hurt. He is saying such wrong words. What is said ahead?
तर्क तलु से बोलते रामानंद सुरज्ञाने.
It is said these are the words of this great man. How is he speaking? Who? That Ramananji.
तर्क तलु से बोलते रामानंद सुरज्ञाने, दास गरीब कुजात है आखिर नीच निदान.
Look how many bad words he spoke at last. He is unknown. Kujat means his mother and father are not known. It is said Kujat, whose caste is not known. And Neech Nidan, it is said he is low, therefore is calling himself God. Now what did God say?
मैं के बदन खुलास कर, सुन स्वामी परवीन, दास गरीब मनी मेरे, मैं आजिज आधीन.
He is abusing, and God is humble, happily saying that
मैं अवगत गत से परे और चार वेद से दूरे. दास गरीब दसों दिशा में सकल सिंध भरपूरे.
God Kabir Sahib Ji says that I am that Avagat whom your four Vedas also do not know. Vedas also tell at last that
इति नेति नेति न इति न इति के.
the glory of God that I am telling is not complete, is not final. Therefore, it has been clarified in Yajurved chapter 40, verse number 10 to 30 that some tell God to be in form, one who takes birth, some tell formless, he does not take birth. And some who has acquired alphabet knowledge, he is called scholar, and one who does not know alphabet is called ignorant. How is God a scholar or an ignorant? This definition will also be told by enlightened saints. Listen to him. With this, it is proven that the knowledge of Vedas is not complete. And complete God is not attained by the way mentioned in Vedas. The way of attainment and method of worship is only till Brahma. So God tells here,
मैं अवगत गत से परे चार वेद से दूरे.
the glory that has been written in four Vedas is mine, but he cannot be attained. I cannot be attained. For this reason, I am far from the way mentioned in four Vedas. Therefore, I am far from you. It is said, Daso Disha Parpur Sakal, my lordship is there in all directions. Jat Pat Mere Nahi. God says, I do not believe in caste creed. Or Basti hai bin tham. There is no base for my Satlok. It is stable on its own by my words.
दास गरीब अनिन गति तन मेरा बिन चाम.
My body is not made up of flesh like yours. There is body. Sukram akayam asanaviram. Swambhu Parabhu Paramatma. God Kabir Manishi in Yajurved chapter number 40, verse number 8. Kabir Manishi. Shay Paryagat. Shukram Akayam Avarnam Achhadram. Kabir Manishi. Paribhu Swambhu. He is self-proclaimed God, who does not have any originator. So here it is said the same.
पात मेरे नहीं बसती है बिन थाम. दास गरीब अनन गति तन मेरा बिन चाम. ए स्वामी सृष्टा में ये सृष्टि मेरे तीरे.
God says to maintain the decorum of Guru and disciple that, O Swamiji, what language should be of a disciple towards Guru? How polite should he be? And is telling the truth as well. E Swami Srishta me. Srishta means creator of all. I am the creator of everything. Or Srishti mere teer. All these universes are on my basis. They are running with my words, are stable, are created.
ए स्वामी सृष्टा में सृष्टि हमरा तीरे. दास गरीब अधर वसु हूँ अवगत सत्य कबीर.
I reside above, Adhar above. Oh. The four Vedas also tell the same. It has been clarified in Rigved Mandal number 9, Suk number 86, Mantra 26-27 that God Kabir resides in the Satlok, his third abode of liberation in Satlok, and comes from there in speed and meets his pious souls. And he removes all our problems, and by simplifying himself, by making it less radiant, he comes and meets the devotees here. He resides above. And that God himself is telling that,
ए स्वामी सृष्टा में ये सृष्टि हमरा तीरे. दास गरीब अधर ऊपर वसु अवगत सत्य कबीरे.
I reside above and I am the creator of entire universes.
सुन रामानंद राम मैं बावन नरसिंगे, दास गरीब सर्व कला मैं ही व्यापक सर्वंग।
जैसे व्यापक सर्वंग means I am Vasudev, I am omnipresent, as in told in Gita chapter number 3, verse number 10 to 15, that those who do not practice are useless people, perform sacrifice, perform religious rituals, but worship considering complete God, Paramakshar Brahma, that omnipresent Brahma to be respected. All your devotional form arrangement will smoothen with that. So that God only is revered in the sacrifices, that omnipresent Brahma. So it is said, I am that who is worshipable in all the sacrifices.
मैं रोवत हूँ सृष्टि को, ये सृष्टि रोवे मोहे, गरीब दास हमरे वियोग को समझ न सकता कोई। मैं रोवत हूँ सृष्टि को, ये सृष्टि रोवत मोहे, गरीब दास इस वियोग को बूझे और न कोई। मैं ही बूझूं मैं ही कहूँ, हम ही किया वियोगे, दास गरीब गलतान हम शब्द हमारा बोगे। चारों युगन में हम फिरे, मैं आऊं मैं जाऊं, गरीब दास गुरु भेद से लखो हमारी ठाऊं।
It is said, understand from the Satguru, from complete saint, my place where I reside.
जेता अंजन आंजिए चश्मों में चमकनते, गरीब दास हरि भक्ति बिन माल बाल जो जनते।
Now, pious souls, because of discourse, this is extended so much because this knowledge was made so ignorant that it takes a lot of time to make it understand and resolve. 2 hours go as if it is 2 minutes, and the episode remains as it is because we have been so filled basis ignorance that the knowledge is entered after removing that ignorance. As someone has painted wrong earlier, a fake one to remove that sandpaper is applied. That extra effort is also done. After that it is painted. If the earlier paint will not be removed properly, then the original paint will not fix on it. Therefore, this example, this knowledge is being continuously told on and off. Then our God's knowledge will remain stable on you. So what is said?
जेता अंजन आंजिए चश्मों में चमकनते।
Now, pious souls, during discourse, you should concentrate on every single word that comes out from the servant's mouth. Every word in this has a great secret and the thing of your use. You should not concentrate here and there, because here it is a matter of 2 hours. Then it is 2 hours in the evening, it's 4 hours rest, 20 hours are sufficient to think about here and there. As it is told many times, there remains many doubts to devotees. Individually, it cannot be told of everyone, neither can it be resolved. Discourses done collectively, and some deep secrets are also told to you, along with which are necessary for you. Now, which word has come in this?
जेता अंजन आंजिए वो चश्मों में दिखनते।
Anjan means wealth. Whatever devotion, form, power you will accumulate, the wealth that will shine in your eyes as is seen in front of your eyes, even in the darkness. And many things are seen to us separately, which are visible to you as well, who have taken mantra, and it has been 2 to 4 months, 6 months, 1 or 2 years. To those it starts appearing in front of eyes. At a distance, some wires would be visible, many of them, and several activities will be seen by your eyes. So what is that? Whatever devotion has been increased within us, is its level. It is the sign that this much has been your devotion. Many times, when some devotees are met, they say, "My eyes have been damaged. Black is seen in front of eyes like wire." And I showed it to the doctor as well. The doctor said, "Get it operated." I said, "Whatever wires are seen to you, son, this is the sign of your devotion. And these are visible to us also. If it is not seen, then there is no devotion of yours. You will not see them. It will be seen on their own. When you look carefully, many times it will look as if some fly has come while eating also. Some fly or insect has come. But that is the sign of our devotion inside, that is reflecting outside, and that subtle body is like this only, and this devotional level is also telling the level from that shine. So, like this, do not get worried. There are many such devotees. One said, "I do not come out of home. Whenever I see it is visible, I got scared. It might not be a ghost." By souls, earlier this was visible a little to this servant from childhood, this auspicious sacrament that was deposited of previous birth. Otherwise it was lost. Do not know where by becoming deity, somewhere, or a king, and it was visible a little. Maximum it would be 1 inch long. It was just 1. Means this much was only the balance earning in this Kali Yuga. That was the devotional deposit of virtues of past birth. And this servant used to think that my eyes are somewhat weak, therefore it is some illusion. When I took initiation, I took the mantra. After 5-6 months, when I saw it increased even more. After 1 year, it became intense and it increased even more. I thought a big problem had come. So Guruji was too old at that time. The age of our respected Guruji was 104, 105 years. Not much solution could be done by him because there were even more devotees. Our number used to come late. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't. So one day I got a chance and the servant told the same story that Gurudev like this. It was small earlier, but now it has increased a lot. It seems the eyes will become even more weak. So he laughed and said, "Son, your devotion has increased. And this is the indication. No one to date told me that such has happened with me. Today you came and told me. With this it is proof that rest all do not do devotion." And it was like this. Someone used to come to him demanding wealth, or some used to come demanding a son, some car, some bungalow. And they used to take mantra even there. Also then would ring a bell at goddess. And all used to go to Vaishno Devi. Now it is understood that they were ruining their deeds. Fine, they could not see anything. And what was to be seen? Now Ramananji thought that he is a small child and talks so sensibly that it hurts me at heart. The soul is hurting. He is speaking with much confidence. Here God says,
गोता लाऊं स्वर्ग में मैं जा बैठूं पाताले.
Kabir Sahib Ji is saying, he is telling to Garib Das Ji.
गरीब दास ढूंढता फिरूं हूँ हीरे माणिक लाल.
To my beloved souls, to past souls, as in Rigved Mandal number 9, Sukt number 86, mantra number 26-27, Rigved Mandal number 9, Sukt number 82, mantra number 1-3, Rigved Mandal number 9, Sukt number 20, mantra number 2. So past souls, it is the same description that how does God play spectacle, that God walks and comes from Satlok and meets good superior souls. He provides them knowledge, fills them with knowledge, tells them the salvation path, and God himself is telling,
गोता लाऊं स्वर्ग में और जा बैठूं पाताल.
Kabir Sahib Ji says,
मैं ढूंढता फिरूं अपने हीरे मोती लाल.
like earlier in Satyug Treta Dwapar, God did not make much effort because everyone was happy. Everyone used to get into meditation. The body was healthy because as long as there are virtues, the creature continues to feel false happiness here. And if someone was told, he does not want to listen. Everyone used to say, we are enjoying it. We do not need any other god. Our Krishna ji or Vishnu ji has given us all happiness. Now God knows that in Kali Yuga, they will become empty. All their virtual earning will be destroyed, and there will not be the earlier earning, and considering those gods to be the provider of salvation, even if they will do their devotion, they will not get relief from them because they cannot give. They cannot change your destiny. Then God said that I will be recognized by them in Kali Yuga because they will not have past virtues and all will be suffering. Today there is no family where there is no trouble. And even if 1 or 2% is remaining, then do not know what misery could happen tomorrow. So by coming in refuge of this God, your problems will be removed and guaranteed. Believe this truth by souls. There is no intention of the servant, nor is it the family business. That our grandfather, forefather used to do the same job, or we were not getting work and food. The servant used to do service. It was the service of Jai. The food of 2 times was being received well. But God ordered Gurudev that you do this work. Serve while becoming my servant. I am sending messages to his dear souls according to his instructions. Believe this truth that God has selected this servant. Else the servant was the worshipper of Krishna ji, worshipper of Vishnu ji, was worshipper of Hanuman ji, was also the worshipper of Lord Shankar ji. Now it is not there. Dishonor. Do not think that we consider Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh to be low. No. As in Gita ji, chapter number 2, verse number 46, it has been said that after getting a very big reservoir, as the faith remains in the small reservoir, Arjun, when you will become familiar with God's qualities, then this much faith and knowledge will remain in other gods, like what was earlier the entire dependency of humans was on water. They used to irrigate with it only. The animal husbandry was also done with it, and they also used to consume food with pond water and some small ponds on which the whole village was dependent. There used to be 20-30 houses, or at the most 30 or 40. They were dependent on one pond. They themselves used to drink water from it and also give it to animals. They used to do some irrigation with that as well. Now, if it does not rain for 1 year, they used to dry. Everyone used to yearn and run away here and there in search of big reservoirs. And if those people would get a very big lake in which, if it does not even rain for 10 years, still the water does not finish, then the faith of those people will remain in that small reservoir after finding a big reservoir. So they do not feel water from small reservoirs to be useless. Do not feel it bad, but it does not have capacity which could make them happy forever. It is itself destructible. If it rains, then it will be fulfilled. The survival would be done for 1 year. If it won't rain for 1 year, then dependents will also die, and it has already dried. And on that lake, it is the same rainwater, pure water, but its capacity is not complete. It has very little capacity. Similarly, the power of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh is not complete. It is not bad. What is the power of God? It is the river considered to be the Ganga river, whose water never finishes. One may take a bath, take out canal also and do irrigation, but it does not finish. Similarly, when you will have faith in this God, when you will know, then Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh will not seem to be bad to us, but we got to know their capacity. If it does not rain for 10 years and he finds a lake, then who will peep in it? It is understood. The work that Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh cannot do. And if they could do, then how much they can do? If one is getting everything from him, then who will go there? They will settle there with him. So, like this, God wants to tell us. So the point is like this, the servant has identified God a lot. and it has been almost 17 years from 1994 till today, 2011, and the happiness and transformation that has been done in these pious souls, which this servant is seeing. Those who did not have a cycle today, two cars are running with them. The facilities here will be automatically received to you with the devotion of this God, for which you were wandering, you were devoted to it completely. To earn wealth by hook and crook, you were ready to do this. God will arrange these for you with the devotion He may do anyhow, and will give you money of number one.
आप सुन रहे थे जगत गुरु तत्वदर्शी संत रामपाल जी महाराज जी के मंगल प्रवचन। अधिक जानकारी के लिए विजिट कीजिए हमारी वेबसाइट www.jagatgururampalji.org। संत रामपाल जी महाराज जी के शुभ आशीर्वाद से पूरे विश्व भर में 500 से भी ज्यादा नाम दीक्षा केंद्र हैं, जिन पर संत रामपाल जी महाराज जी द्वारा ऑनलाइन निशुल्क नाम दीक्षा दी जा रही है। अपने नजदीकी नाम दीक्षा केंद्र का पता करने के लिए संपर्क करें 8222880541।